Alright, folks, let's give this another shot. And hopefully I don't run into any major issues now. Because I think I may have resolved the issue. Alright. Come on. Well, folks, I don't think we're going to be doing anything today. This thing doesn't want to work. I'm not sure what the issue is. I'm going to try changing some settings, see if that fixes anything else. Otherwise, I really don't know what to do anymore. Yeah, it's not even it's not even finding my capture card anymore. I think my capture card's on its way out, folks. I've only used it. I haven't really used it that often either. That's the weird thing. Last time the problem was the software needed updated because I just have not used it for a long period of time. We'll see how long this lasts. Well, barring any issues. So I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to use my that name. And I'm sorry, he can't be anyone except Blue or Gary. And everyone just knows him as Gary Oak. Of course, my name's going to be a little out of place too because it's lowercase as well. Because this was Gen 3. This was back when uppercase, lowercase weren't really that big of a thing. Yes, I found the full screen option, so you're not going to see the bars anymore. Thank goodness. Withdraw the free potion that's in every game. Right, all boys leave home someday, it said so on TV. So you're taking parenting advice from television? That makes so much sense. So I'm not going to sugarcoat anything or go over anything, because everyone knows this song and dance at this point. Hey, wait! Don't go out! It's unsafe. Wild Pokemon live in tall grass. You need your own Pokemon for your protection. I know. Here, come with me. You were close. Hold on a second. Okay. Gramps, I'm fed up with waiting. Gary? Let me think. Oh, that's right. I told you to come. Just wait. Here. There are 3 Pokemon here. Haha. The Pokemon are held inside these Pokeballs. When I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer. But now at my old age, I have only these 3 left. You can have one. Go on, choose. Hey, Gramps, no fair. What about me? Be patient, Gary. You can have one too. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to roll a d6 like before. Depending on the dice roll. That is the Pokemon we're picking. So, we're going based on where they are in the table. So we have Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander, obviously. So, let's go ahead and roll. 1 and 2, I choose 1 or 2, I choose Bulbasaur. 4 or 5, 3 or 4, I choose Squirtle. 5 or 6, I choose Charmander. I have ideas planned out for each one. So, let's go ahead and do it. Landed on a 3, so that means we're going with Squirtle. Let's see. If you were female, I would have had a very funny name for you. But as it stands... let's see. You know, only a few of you are going to get this. The missing Ninja Turtle, named after Hans Holbein. Of course, I also realized that by giving him Bulbasaur, he has access to Sleep Powder. Oh well. But anyway, as you can see, I say my going live notification is part 1 of a big project. Provided I can get everything to work properly. From here on forward, I am going to... This is part 1 of a 4-part series. We're going to get through Fire Red, and then we're going to go through Emerald. And then... well, that's the surprise. And cheat using the free potion. And no, we're not nuzlocking or anything like that, but I have an idea of what my party is going to be way ahead of time. You will know based on if they're nicknamed or not. That's how it's going to go. But since I have to think about names on the fly, sometimes it might take me a moment to think of something. So bear with me when that does happen. What? Unbelievable! I picked the wrong Pokemon. Okay, I'll make my Pokemon battle toughen up. Rear grips, smell you later. That catchphrase. I'm also going to point out in this playthrough as well, anything that adds up, we're actually going to try to fill the Fame Checker as well. If we can. Yeah, well, since we're playing this on the Game Boy player, it's a little different than that. Kind of. Talk this guy, get a free potion, you know how this song and dance goes. Now, I do have a few things in mind for Squirtle here. This makes it easy for me because I don't have to pick a water type. And the 6-sided dice I rolled was it was one of the ones from Legendary Duelists Season 2. It's the Elemental Hero one. Love how you get a free D6 from that. Now, one thing that will dictate whether or not we make a sudden change in teammates is if we happen to run into a random shiny, and it's a Pokemon worth using. Like, if I run into a shiny Rattata or Eradicate, I'm just going to kind of brush it off. But still, a shiny's a shiny, right? I've been having some strange luck with shiny Pokemon lately. Specifically in ROM hacks, or not so legitimate copies of games. Lowering the volume of the game a bit. Game's louder than I thought it was. Alright. That's all we need to do for now is to get to level 7. Don't really need the center. But anyway. Oh yeah, I wanna tell something about this. This is kind of a did you know situation. I absolutely forbid you from going through here. This is private property. Oh, Grandpa, don't be so mean. I'm so sorry. He hasn't had his coffee yet. So in the original, and by original, I mean the Japanese version, this guy's actually passed out drunk. Yes. Obviously, they had to censor it because, you know. Okay, into the Pokemart. I cannot tell you how long it took me to figure out that you had to come into the Pokemart whenever I first played Gen 1. A lot of people may not know this about me, but I did not start with Gen 1 in Pokemon. I actually started with Gen 2. I went back and played Gen 1 eventually, but, you know, when you have de facto versions such as this at this point, it's hard to go back. And like I said, this is part of a bigger project, so I have to do the Gen 3 remake. Don't hear that theme that often in this game. You know, I have a big question about what our Oak's parcel is. Was it a Master Ball, perhaps? Or was it like... Was it a... Or was it one of, like, Kurt's Pokeballs or something? That's one thing that never got explained. Also, did anyone ever read the theory about how when Oak first adventured as a Pokemon trainer himself, where am I going with this? Let me try to find my other controller, because this thing's drifting around like crazy. And this one over there. Go plug in my Wario controller. I think this will. Plus, it has a shorter cord. Yeah, that's much better. I think I'm going to have to retire that controller soon. Okay, so now we have Pokeballs, so we can finally capture Pokemon. Now I will only be capturing Pokemon for one reason. It's so we can actually unlock the post-game. Yes, the post-game is something that we have to tackle for this project. That should be enough. I mean, it's Rattata, capture rate of 255. This should work. Yeah. Now, Rattata, I will mention this. Rattata and Nuzlocke is actually very helpful early game because of Stab Hyper Fang. Once it gains access to the Hyper Fang, it becomes a monster for early game. After about the third badge, you really shouldn't be relying on it anymore. Now, if you go this way to Route 22, first of all, go ahead and walk up here. Man, it'll be nice when I'm able to run soon. And there's a potion up here. Now, in the original version, it's a hidden item in that tree. That is the only way to obtain it. Now, I don't know a lot about hidden items, in this game, so I tend to look at every nook and cranny. Just about. Can't escape. What are you smoking? If so, can I have some? That's getting worrisome. Am I going to lose my Squirtle to this Rattata? Granted, it's not a Nuzlocke, but still. Thank you for being the tank that you are, Squirtle. Now let's go heal. Before I forget for the 1000th time. That's something I tend to do a lot. I forget to heal. Okay, so there's a couple unique Pokemon you can get over here. I say unique Pokemon, and all I'm running into is Rattata. Have I run into a single Pidgey? Aside from, you know, the time when you have no Pokeballs? Okay, there's something different at least. Now, Mankey's not really a Pokemon I'm going to keep around, but it's actually pretty good as an option if you ended up picking Charmander. Reason being is it is one of the answers to Brock. Now, in the original, I'm afraid that Karate Chop was a physical normal type attack. Don't ask me why. You know, if that's going to happen, where I just get no shakes, this run's going to be probably pretty cursed. This Mankey might actually be worth something then, if it keeps busting out my Pokeballs. Speaking of which, I should probably check Holbein's nature. Let's see. What did it say? Sassy. Okay, I believe that's a neutral nature. So, that's not too bad, actually. Let me double check that. Oh. Okay, never mind. It is plus special defense, lowered physical defense. Well, considering its physical defense is normally high to begin with, I like the added special defense. Honestly, that's not bad. So was I right? Was this Makey worth anything? No, it wasn't. Plus special attack minus speed, I think. No, wait, it's plus special defense minus attack. Ew. All that for that? There's the other Pokemon I want to capture before we move on. It's not going to be the team member, though. I have an idea. I have a different unorthodox idea for a flyer. And it's personally something I've never tried before. Well, this better work, otherwise I'm just going to have to KO and go buy more Pokeballs. There we go. I love how it says it's a tough throw that uses Mirror Move. It doesn't learn Mirror Move to like level 30 something. Okay, so we're moving on. I know there's an optional rival battle on Route 22, but we don't have to do it. Obviously, it's optional, but we're going to leave and come back to it. So I'm going to keep the spear around for a while until I find its replacement. The rat I'm not really going to be using. And thus begins the era of capture tutorials. Too bad you can't use the old man to exploit anything in this game. I am so happy that later games got rid of the capture tutorial. Well, in reality, it started with the Let's Go games. TGTV, an item I will never use. Although it is entertaining to watch the guy teach you things. Basically, that's there as a help system if you don't know how to play Pokemon. But in this day and age, most people do, so yeah. Kind of a useless item. Okay. And here's a rule of thumb. Buy 10. Wait, did that not start until... I thought it started in these games. Okay. I think that's a Gen 3 game. Gen 3 only thing. Odd. Oh well, we just have 10 extra Pokeballs then. Should just use the D-pad. What am I doing? Okay, Route 2. Okay, if I recall correctly, I don't think I can get Caterpie in this game. Not that it matters, because, The Beedrill line is not particularly helpful. Also, I can't be the only one who thinks this. Is it me, or do water types seem to be more susceptible to be poisoned than any other type, if there's a chance of poisoning? I can't be the only one who thinks that. Never going to use the Weedle, but it's there for Dex entries. Okay, I was wrong. One of them's more common than the others, if that's the case. I was always confused why in Gen 1, not Gen 1, Gen 2, you couldn't capture, Caterpie was not available in, Silver? No, it was not available in Gold, but it was available in, Silver and Crystal, whereas Weedle was not. I guess they realized what their true mistake was. Of course, what makes that the most interesting is that, well. Anyway, as I was saying, so in Crystal, you could not get Weedle. Unless you did the bug catching contest. Little oversight there, Game Freak? Or did you just decide to lock it behind that for whatever reason? It doesn't matter, though. In Gen 2, I will say the bug catching contest is one of the most rigged competitions ever against your favor. Because, unfortunately...
Yeah, I think that's a good place to stop this one. Honestly, the Viridian Forest is more long-winded than I thought it would be. So until next time, Ryu Nakage 3-3 signing off.